Oke, sama data kembali di channel Kepon. Ini sebentar aja live-nya. Karena cuma ngelanjutin work quest aja. Sudah dibuat. Emang gak sih Bang Klep, kalau udah lama gak lihat, udah kelihatan sama data kembali Bang Yuru. Gitu. Bang aku belum pulang. Ada soga bentuk lah. Masih ada ini, masih ada beberapa hari lagi. Hari, udah 15 hari ya. Berarti udah seminggu ya kayaknya. Aku Yang pulang malah senjata lah. Kalau mau pukul karakter dulu sih, bukan senjata dulu. Senjata apa nih?
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words.
Kenceng banget ya kayak. Aduh. 5 hari. Iya. 5 hari ya. Gue masih jadi nggak 2 minggu lagi. Tapi senjata dulu. Karakter dulu sih harus saya.
Oh, but why? Skyward! Scatter!
Ya aja gua dapat ginian tabunganku habis. Aduh. Aduh. Oh udah pernah itu. Itu mah udah pernah. Itu achievement lama sih.
Witness the power of what? Rain outlines your fate. Strike cloud converge.
Oh.
Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the abyss! Rain cutter! No, my sword! Body and mind! Kamisato! Surrender! Take flight!
Tapi bacanya Ida dulu. Tapi kan yang belum bangau ya. Ya aja sih. Apa? Gesek pakai duit. Kalau mau tapi emang gak ada pilihan lain. Soalnya tabunganmu masih banyak. Ya bisa lah. Bacanya Ida dulu bang pro. Oke, semoga beruntung pokoknya. Semoga menang Orchid dah. Gua terakhir menang Orchid cuma alha hitamnya 3,4 kemarin, sisanya kalah terus gua.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this is
No. Ya. Jadikan. Aku boleh review, boleh banget. Boleh banget review. Wow. Oh, beli itu lingkungan ternyata. Ya. Tuh.
Strike cloud converge! Let me read you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Habis.
My apologies!
pakai Haida sama Furina Yelan. Oke deh. Ya, aman kayak sini ya. Ya, ini ada Nahida. Ya, saya yes. Statnya. Wah, crit MD itu crit sih pasti ini. Wah, full set banget ini. Oh. Ini bisa diganti antara bulu atau gobletnya. Cari yang offset yang substatnya bagus banget dah. Kalau mau sih. Lumayan sih. Dia apa? Furina Yelan, Furina aku mau. Barat crit nih. Ih, orang ngepup Furina juga ngepup weaponnya ya. Biasanya review Furina tuh orang tuh belum pernah ketemu yang dia tuh pakai fast ring design atau apa senjata pipa. Rata-rata orang punya signature-nya aja. Orang bisa sedapat itu. Keren. Cek. Iya, keren. Oke sih sudah. Aku PT5 bang dapatnya. Wow, GG sekali, GG sekali. Keren. Pantaknya gua menang IT rendah ya. Satu lagi. Sini 2 kali. 150 150. Gila, ini critnya low semua loh. 17,9 sama 5,8. Dan nih udah oke banget nih. Ini attack-nya aduh. Wah, ada damage bonus kalau offsetnya ada yang lebih bagus dari ini, cari lagi. Oh enggak, ya udah. Iya udah bagus nih. Mau minta kartu lain juga boleh. Ini pas bener. Nah. Wih, bangun naik ikan ceritanya. Ayo. Ciwang pik. Kasih let's go. Mau pasangan sama mau tahu. Kason tuh ini. Jadi bisa dipanggil Son ya. Mau tahu? Oh iya, aku tahu ya. Mau ini kah? Wah, aku tahu sehat. Let's go ini ya apa? Sama apa? Furina sama Bennett be. Dia menjadi Furina tuh tahu tuh bisa bisa sinkron sama Furina kan, tapi jadinya tahu sehat dia. Sebagai karakter ini kan dia pakai sama Jin. Dia tidak jahat. Kayak lo teman terdekat kita tuh ternyata uh. Sayangnya adalah aku nggak punya Furina. Aduh, enak itu udah pasti enak banget itu buat Cianyu. Itu ceritaan juga kayaknya masih lama sih. Sebenarnya melewatkan Furina tuh tidak semenyesal gue melewatkan Nahida dulu sih. Nahida dulu lewat, wah nyesel banget. Habis 3,6 kan ya udahlah. Tolong jaga di sisi. Gue gabung sama Xiao. Wow.
Oh.
Wacur.
Scatter! Seize the sky! Witness the power of the rock! Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate!
Bisa.
Scatter! Strike cloud converge!
Eko.
Body and mind! Know my sword! Let's get it off! Make way for the objective! Skyward! Skyward! Scatter! Seize the sky! Witness the power of the rock!
Kayak kalau Pak Kompas ini.
Whirling snow! Scatter! Skyward! Yeah!
Ini Sasa putar. Halo, Bang Zivakian, selamat datang kembali, Bang. Selamat datang kembali, selamat datang kembali. Ya, betah-betah di mari ya. Ada domain atau Udah mah nggak kelihatan bang. Duh, mingguan. Oh ini kita lawan bos ya kah? Ternyata. Oh, ini Suwani tapi warna. Emang kemarin catat error nggak kebaca di HP ya, nggak apa-apa bang.
Make way, idiot. Let's get it on. Rain outlines your fate. Let me lead you a
Aduh, moga
My apologies.
mau nggak pakai burst sih. Net.
Strike cloud converge. Skyward. Rain cutter. Sakura swirl.
Ini lucu bos ya. Model-model. Aku yang Jingyuan tuh bacanya Jingyuan dah. Karakter Honkai Star Rail. Lucu bos ya, iya dia desanya model-model naga sama duyung gitu. Kamu harus memanah tepat di jantung. Oh, dia mau mati kah? Jangan. Aku punya pertanyaan. Mau tahu. Kenapa kita tidak bisa berkawan semua saja? Waduh. BTW hari ini event dah ya. Aku main story questnya si ini lagi si Bangau. Hanya manusia yang lupa tidak apa-apa. Wah. Jadi ini yang utamanya kah? Oh iya, lama nggak ada tuh Genshin. Berat ya soalnya ya. Saya sih atau emang emang ini aja, emang bosenin aja sebenarnya ini game. Aku main Genshin tuh ya paling nikmati story kayak gini sih, sama makanya gue betah. Si betah. Iya power, gue pernah pernah berniat mau nyoba power sih, cuma kayaknya size laptopku nggak nggak merestui ya, sama ya emang nggak setertarik itu juga sih. Ini bener-bener gue waktu itu udah niat pengen beli ya, tapi juga nggak bisa, nggak ini sih, nggak jadi. Lu 40 GB ya, laptop aja cuma berapa? Sisa 20-an GB kayak 20 atau 30 sih. Ini habis sama Genshin nih 100 GB sih sebenarnya. Oh, kalau Genshin aku hilangin, ini ada kosong 100 GB, bisa masukin apa aja sih. Nah, aku lihat power paling cukup ini aja, cukup tahu aja lah. Memang lagi rame sih. Power tuh rame, emang rame, banyak yang mainnya. Emang seru sih sebenarnya. Cuma dramanya juga rame. Mau drama ini kah? Drama pecinta hewan, drama apa peta itu. Terus ya itulah. Aja rame. Terus sih, kok aku lihat ya. Aku tidak mengerti kamu. Harusnya kamu mengambil bayarku. Hmm. Untuk kocak baik untuk anak paham. Mulai berubah menjadi aku bisa mengerti kalau bentuk tubuh manusia punya jari-jari. Masih gitu. Nah, saja bisa tadi itu. Kalian bertemu bahwa manusia dan mereka sebagai di bawah. Manusia saya membunuh seperti binatang demi wilayah. Oh, ini bener nih. Manusia saya membunuh seperti binatang. Kalau di Intrigaf itu kayak demi tahta wanita kan dia. Makanya saling bunuh kan. Ya twist ya yang demi hartanya itu sih. Makanya kan karena di sana kan, maka berita ya itu contoh kecil aja sih kan, apa ya, maaf, pembunuhan kan. Terus ya kemarin kan yang ada tuh yang berita tuh yang bunuh keponakan cuma buat beli HP, itu mana ceritanya itu aja. Karena berada di sungai dan hutan. Kami manusia bersama manusia di alam. Meski kita mengecil tapi tetap bisa hidup dengan bebas. Oh ini kayak ini mewakili kayak hewan gitu guys sih. Hidup di sungai dan hutan, meninggalkan mereka. Jadi alam dan hutan, cuma masalah sekarang kan alam dan hutan kan kalau di real life kan menyempit kan ya, karena manusia sih. Kamu bersikeras menghentikanku demi melindungi tangan nanti kendalikan manusia. Ini bener-bener ya. Kata-kata story-storynya Genshin itu rada-rada relatable sama real life ya. Gak pakai kenapa. Oh, jangan gunakan pertanyaanku untuk menjawabku. Oh, Paimon accepted. Oh, lagi bisik-bisik. Karakter sama sama seperti ini tidak pernah harus sama bagaimana sih. Oke, analisis polosan manusia. Bukan karena mengikuti berita seseorang. Foto kita bercanda aja. Ya sudah guys aja. Apa bantuan? Ya lupa Paimon. Aku udah kacin lagi kah? Wih. Udah selesai kayaknya ya. Bilang dia. Ayo, hehehe. Eh, wah, aku kenapa? Obses. Edit ya. Aku mau pamit pulang istirahat. Bukan dan naga. Bisa naga. Ya. Spesial. Aku sudah harus habiskan ribuan tahun hanya waktu mengatur obat spiritual dalam hati. Aku bodoh sih. Sama-sama. Iya. Ih, kepalanya. Oh tidak, ke manusia ada bagian dari malam. Oke.
Skyward! Scatter! Rain outlines your face. Whirling snow. A blade embraces its duty as a Today is a lucky day.
Ini aja. Kayaknya sih abis ini aku nggak jadi off stream. Aku ini aja. Main port. Main story quest aja kan.
Skyward! Scatter!
Tapi nggak cukup bagus. Pengen jalan nggak jadi kan. Tuh, anak desa. Kue telur. Udah selesai. Mau lanjut ini kah? Story quest aja deh. Kalian. Kita nggak jadi off stream setelah 15 ke 30 menit, kita lanjut aja deh. Iya, gue mau main boss ya. Main sekali.
Witness the power of Hua. Know my soul. Let's get it on! Seize the sky! Skyward! Embrace the ice! Rain cutter! Scatter! Skyward! Stray clouds converge! Take flight!
Ada satu. Kalau deskripsinya nanti deskripsi sama headline nanti diganti ya setelah stream ini selesai.
Skyward! Scatter! Add us. Thank you for coming. Add us.
Ganti party dulu deh. Aku lagi pengen pakai Hilo. Gak usah, jangan hiluk aja deh lagi.
justice.
Ini aja. Kayu. 1, 2, 3. Sampai aja belum. Biar sinkron sama ininya.
We've been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find some
deal.
place to relax? Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at the Mount
PFS itu artinya gangguin ya.
It's been a while since we last saw that animated bird. She's always the one
Animated
popping
bird.
up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Animated.
We even brought offerings.
Terus kita sekarang nggak bawa apa-apa gitu ya?
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all. We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
Tuh.
Traveler, did something catch your eye? Whoa, what a pretty lady! Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
Ya lupa kah?
Yeah, you're right. All it takes
Nah,
is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of adept friends from all over the country. Okay, but if we're both friends in Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Oh, bagian ngomong ya.
You make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
Justice Paimon aja. Halo. Hehehe, dia Paimon tuh hehehe dulu dia baru halo.
Paimon is Venom, and this is.
Aja cempreng banget. Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends with Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, madam?
You two.
Yup.
What is this tomfoolery? Has the shifting form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Iya.
Wait, you're.
Langsung ya.
Huh? You're the illuminated bird?
Oh, gila.
Human? How did that happen?
Gila, anjir. Langsung ledek.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because?
Terus sekarang kenapa tiba-tiba jadi
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Biasanya kamu datang terus loh. Di luar apa? Ketemu si Angin, Banyu.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples.
Yeah.
When you suddenly appeared on the top of a
Iya si Paimon baja.
Didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh. So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of
Yeah.
etiquette after all. Most
Ya gagal untuk terlihat atau taat.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
Paimon cuma punya ruang.
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts? Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing.
Missing you.
We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still
berubah
working at
banget.
Yue High Pavilion, so that should be our first stop.
Wah banget ya.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Halo, teman. Saya semua. Wah, dia langsung Ganyu. Ini berarti selesai sekitar 10:30 kali ya? Kalau tergantung panjangnya questnya ini. Ada quest baru lagi ya? Ambil. Cep. Push.
We're almost at the pavilion! Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
Kayaknya Chico. Wah, kita dikerjain.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything
Yeah.
to one's visit.
Ada Ganyunya.
One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two should suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Iya.
Fair enough, makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your
Cloud Retainer?
Langsung. Ini gampang banget notisnya. Ini baik semua.
Oh, busted.
Bested.
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
Ya.
She is indeed.
I'm sorry, Huixi.
Ya.
Could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although,
Aduh.
perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Wishy.
Mundur dia. Tuh kan bener. Woi. Master.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this cloud retainer of whom you speak. One is simply
Nggak bisa
a
dibohongin dia.
mere mortal passerby.
Nggak bisa dibohongin dia.
Seems she's not buying it.
Busted.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize us so easily.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, I wasn't aware of any important...
Yay.
Cloud Retainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though a dead blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you often begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Blah 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 blah. Udah.
You've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at your pavilion. Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer. But if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
Selamat datang. Viewer.
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but... that?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shen.
Ya sausunya panggilan Genshin tercipta ternyata. Gitu.
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
That sounds super cool!
It's
I
super
feel
cool.
like I'm the most powerful of a adept that could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Iya ya.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
Iya, orang sakti.
The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Oh, shit.
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Dapat campur tangan dia sendiri.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said?
Mau ini kah? Mau salju kah?
Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's dad to call
Illuminated
bird
bird.
before. You're not too mad.
Tante Blue tuh nggak Tante Blue tuh gak lacok loh. Tapi emang bahasa Inggrisnya illuminated kan, bukan tante.
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Gandhi, have you had word from Shenna? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell,
Langsung nanya gaji dan
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lanjutin, right?
That is a lot of questions.
banyak apa tanyanya, woi.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenna to her employer personally. One in restaurant's business has been booming recently. So with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shaolin so often out in search of new recipes,
Ternyata masak
I
ya.
introduced Shenna to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenna's work difficult. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit one main restaurant in person and see how Shenna is doing.
Jadi kerja.
But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we leave?
You may return to your work on you. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, Ganyu! Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, didn't he? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
Iya.
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
For
The
real?
moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in
Saka
time.
kita disuruh nebak sendiri.
She really seems to be playing the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now.
Wow.
Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Bisa mati. Hehe. Chen he.
You get what I'm saying, right?
How can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
Aja daya tarik. Daya tarik tersendiri.
I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
Oi cewek cantik, ayo kita kenalan. Namaku Wendy. Wah.
You do it. No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
What can I get for you today?
Ayo.
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you...
What would you like to order?
Udah kayak mau maksa anjir. Mau pesen apa?
Two servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Lari.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Look, this guest and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Satu kalimat kayak nawarin tamu. Iya. Dia tanya, wah sudah lama nggak jumpa. Terus dia nanya, mau pesan apa? Aduh, banget ini. Tengah-tengah gitu loh.
Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Shinyan.
Master?
Master. Hah?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease? I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you
Suara.
You. Is something the matter, Master? Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out great food too.
Terus kok bisa sih?
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon, are you here for Shenhe? The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
Yeay, disuruh keluar.
Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Duduk dan mengobrol.
Wow. Leo's really got a lot going for it.
Ada.
It is just as one expected. The owner of one restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe? It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean?
Ngecapok.
First, I tried to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Iya makanya kayak tadi dia cinta. Iya. Mau sok kenalan karena dia udah langsung mode apa? Mode serius.
Oh, how should I put this?
gak masuk akal sama sekali.
Oh, a sensible
Wah.
plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master, how have you been?
Simply marvelous.
Simply
Though
marvelous.
Song has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
Jadi dia nggak mau murid-muridnya sering datang ke
I see. Just as expected of Master. I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with
Yeah.
Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did. Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Niue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed, she is similarly preoccupied with her work.
Yun,
There was
pavilion.
time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Labrakiner's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
Mau cerita lagi kan?
I see. In that case, allow me to also share some
Ya,
about Master's past.
gantian.
Oh,
Oh,
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
no, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter, please proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest.
aku baru tahu kalau gamenya double gitu. Sebenarnya mungkin kegedean kali ya suaranya, tapi ini deh. Makanya kelihatan double. Tapi aku baru tahu kalau soal game itu. Buat aku kayak wah, gue nggak tahu tuh ngatasinnya ya. Mungkin kecilin suaranya sih kayaknya. Kalau kelihatan kayak gak double gitu. Kayaknya ya. Tapi sih ya.
In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the
Kok
race.
double ya?
Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Aku udah pakai headset kayaknya. Aduh, juga ada masalah kayak gitu ya. Soalnya kayak double gitu aku. Cek satu dulu.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron.
Tapi sih tak.
What was it called
Check it.
again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days
Thunder
conceptualizing and
Flashmobile.
crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
Oh, aku nggak terlalu ngapa-ngapain ya. Mungkin settingan ini ya. Itu bergerakin headset dikit sih. Ya mungkin gak tadi doang.
Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shepard.
Anyway.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights.
Itu daya lucunya si Anyun, tinggal lihat cover. Siapa satunya? Mountain Shepherd.
'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
What is the reason?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything.
Kancang ya.
All it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Back to be illuminated. Wah, anjir. Kancang.
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real cloud retainer?
To me, they are both master. One is the master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the master that I respect and adore.
One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Ini bener-bener sih Paimon ya. Jagonya ngatain orang.
Do you have any empty tables?
Apa sih?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
Wih, rame ya. Pesan.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Kerja.
Good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
I'll try my best.
Wih. Bisa makanan gini, makanya sesuai selera nggak?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of
Oh iya,
flavors.
halo, sama datang di Kleponkliwonyt stream. Semoga betah-betah di mari, Bang. Welcome, Bang.
The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Everything's so tasty. A bit
Iya, rame
too hot
banget.
at times, but still super tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Ya, kita pakai mejanya soalnya kalau makannya penuh.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
Eh.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't
Itu-
go on for much longer.
Masalah ini bisa diselesaikan kalau kita tidak duduk di situ.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Wow.
Okay, I'll ask around.
Hai.
Excuse me, would you mind letting us share a table with you?
Tidak ada meja
There are no empty
kosong.
tables left, so...
Well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Wah, jangan ah.
Thanks so much.
Kamu
My name
berisik.
is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Dia bawa anak sama anak Granny.
Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No. Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Tapi kan bisa menipu.
Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Ayo kayak kenal kah?
Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
Ayo lo. Kita dapat ketemu sebelumnya.
No.
Oh.
Tis a fated meeting then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want
Whoa.
raised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Ini masakan apa? Sini sudah oleh cacing serius. Oh my god.
No, not this again. Granny, there's
Oh,
no
emang
raised earthworms on the menu.
aneh. Makanya dia white udah ini makanya cacing.
Raised earthworms? Well, that
Okay.
sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
Oh enggak, bukan gue doang yang aneh.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help?
Akhirnya penawaran bantuan.
Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning. They died young. It's
Oh,
just me and Granny now.
gue narahi sih.
Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
Aduh, rasanya mantap jiwa banget kayaknya ya.
You're too kind.
Itu kan.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things.
Halo, selamat datang di stream Kleponkliwonyt. Semoga betah-betah di mari. Selamat datang, Bang.
I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Aku lupa ini ya sebut nama ya. Zarif Asbar sama Iqbal Hasbi. Oke, selamat datang di live. Kayak lagi.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Enggak, meragukan banget ya.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
Ahli.
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still
Mau
remember what
kepleset
the
lidah
person
nggak
in your
tuh?
dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now.
Oh.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is
Oh, yeah.
going on here?
Absen bang, selamat datang kembali. Bang Iras Rahman.
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave this situation to me.
Are you sure? So, what are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
Paimon ciri khasnya emang seorang pria. Oh, karena dia satu kalimatnya isinya 2 nama.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
Gimana ceritanya kita mau bagi kursi tapi kita bayar? Itu keterlaluan banget. Mesti akuin apa dulu, mau kayak truth of dare gitu. Ini guling-guling di aspal mau nggak?
Oh, we don't need any payment for this. Thank you so much.
Ada orang baik.
You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, what exactly can we do to help out this kid? All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were
Lagi
young?
ngobatin pikun kah?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Okay, taking that as a no.
Taking that is a no.
I might have an idea.
It's you.
Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
Teka Sakti Mandraguna. Nah.
If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something. A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinto knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions.
Persilatan
If anyone
Liyue.
knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for
It was
myself, I have
pampered.
matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Street word rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Ayo kita nanya nih.
Unbelievable.
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you
Loh,
like the food?
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some fresh milk.
Oi makan, oi makan.
Milk? Why?
You need to drink milk before eating, or the spicy food will make you cry.
Ya.
Hush, little one.
Wah,
Don't cry.
parah ya.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy dishes, like their fish stew. I can eat 2 whole bowls, no problem.
Iya, makan pedas disuapin. Makan pedas. Masih bayi disuapin makanan pedas, serem. Susu habis itu.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. My darling granddaughter is all grown up.
Wow. Nero's really got a lot going for it.
Aduh, oke. Ini ada Shenhe di sini nih. Udah mau cek juga.
This is one of our busiest periods in the year. Things should calm down a little in another few days.
Ya tahu.
I sure am glad to have Shenhun now. There's no way I'd have been able to cope this year all by myself.
I should get paid in another few days.
Gajian.
Shall we take the opportunity to go out and have some fun?
Have some fun. Nice. Terkenal gitu. Ada apa-apa gak sih sini? Street War Trembler. Jup. Enggak, Tata.
Everyone hold hands.
Oh iya, enggak ada. Belum diadakan.
What if Master finds out?
Street War Trembler. Sumpah. Ini tuh, ternyata di bawah tuh. Lagi baca buku dia. Tada.
It's you two. What brings you here?
Ben.
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about some...
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure. I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments.
Ang hilang.
The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Next info.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her. You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar? Oh, right! There's a drought in this story too!
Si Anyun,
Are
no?
droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Ayo.
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
Awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyan and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
Jadi dia berpotensi dia tuh sebenarnya orang
Anyway,
besar.
we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so
It's no problem
Thank you
at
so
all.
much. Dual Xingqiu.
I can't wait to see my adorable daughter again.
Ini ya, aduh. Dah. Mereka ketemuan.
Rain outlines your fate.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Wah, lagu.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, ping. What has amused you so?
Ting. It what ting je?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
Kira mempertanyakan tentang keuangan.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Have you on Earth?
Shinto has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Teori Shinchu. Oh.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist
Wah,
from Mount
bener ya?
Maybe
Ada
that's
kecocok,
my grandpa.
ada kecocokan gitu ya.
I don't have many memories of him, but there is this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils. I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Maksudnya seperti kita lebih baik menghadapi itu dengan santai.
Thank you.
Yaudah kita rehat.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you.
Rahasia.
Let's go talk over there.
Oke, mereka mau ngomongin apa nih? Hip.
You can taste the sweetness of the dew?
It's just a feeling. The sensation of stepping out into the mountains on a cool morning, gazing upon the small droplets of water hanging from the leaves, and feeling the sweet stream of water soothe a parched throat with every swallow. It's a sense of calm and serenity, one that stretches on and on until days become weeks.
It's become years.
Body and mind.
Tuh, ini ikut juga. Burung.
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all
Adepti in disguise?
Kalian itu termasuk ini sama ini ya. Wah, kita dianggap adeptus loh. Aduh, iya. Kenapa tanya begitu?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I read
Ya.
Shen call herself an adeptus.
Nggak sengaja ember sih.
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shu here what you really meant by that.
Misspoke. Wah.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Huh?
I knew it.
Kamu kok gak kaget?
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone.
Keren.
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance.
Semua percakapannya memang merujuk ke ini ya, dia ya.
So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
BTW yang baru datang, ini ya, selamat datang di Lanjutin Kleponkliwonyt. Hari ini sedang bermain story quest sesiannya. Si karakter baru.
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Clavertina?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help. Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by
Sampein
one.
satu-satu.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first! Okay, I'll go get Granny.
See you. Ya udah, selesai.
Leaving already? Well, just remember that you can come over for a cup of tea anytime.
Maka kita ketemu Wangshu itu biasa ada Xiao.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn. Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes.
The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again?
Kamar nomor berapa?
Let me look.
K308. Apa?
I'll come with.
Tapak tilas.
I'm still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
Yes. Level kayak nggak manggil
I
deh.
sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
Iya. Siapa? Yang masuk samping lu atau depan lu?
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this? Oh, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
An impressivity itu sih dipuji loh.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form. I believe...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Oh iya, gue udah. Dulu kita ketemu si Aditus kesayangan kita Xiao di sini.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
So what Shinto said
Iya,
was
Shinto
true.
bener.
You did fall ill. Was that why you went into hiding?
Hiding.
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills.
Wah, dia ketika seorang NPC ketika dia masih muda, remaja jiwa, makanya dia bilangnya apa? Awet muda.
He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms.
Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? My brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watch me grow up. How could you say that about yourself?
Iya, dia nggak ada uang banyak kan.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next
Harus
location.
bertahap ya. Iya, kalau susah semuanya, kaget dah.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkar's next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Подойди, что там, Пенька. Ой. Jalan-jalan dah.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders
What's it?
here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Dia. Aku expect-nya di sini tuh Fatui Geo loh.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny Wendai?
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before.
BTW ini scene yang dipakai buat ini loh. Yang dipakai buat lupa gua. Hangotnya Beidul.
But I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Got it. That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me.
Oh.
Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you! Then Paimon will help herself.
Jalan kaki manual.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
episode lagi kan? Kaki jam 9.
An abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
Jeng jeng.
This place. It's.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Show you. This is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured.
Wow.
So your grandpa was supporting me.
Wow.
We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over.
NPC ketika masih muda.
I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries.
Bapak.
That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
My dad?
He was my pride and joy. And so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten. All right, let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Qingyu Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
Wow.
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
Oh. Oke, gue baru tau ada kolapis di sini. Sebenarnya ada satu tes lagi kayak kalau kita ke kanan gitu.
Yeah. Skyward. Scatter.
Woi. Ih,
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Look alive! Whirling snow!
jadi waktu itu.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Wih, dapat loh.
These could be salvaged for parts.
Skyward!
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you? Let me see.
Jing jing. Oh.
How strange. Have I lived here before? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Ya kan lebih aneh kalau semuanya bener ya. Juga.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Yuendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Ah, benernya dia.
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Aotsang? Looks like we've come full circle.
Full circle.
Mount Aotsang. Mount Aotsang.
Granny,
are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Aotsang, What am I reading?
Mount Aotsang holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy. Dizzy. Just, what is wrong with me?
Ayo jangan bikin sedih lah.
Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Aotsang.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Aotsang.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Lanjutin should be coming up soon, right? Everyone must be busy buying things to make their homes more festive now. Wonder what this year's theme is going to be.
Iya.
Oh, Paimon can't wait to find out.
Di mana ini ya? Mulai questnya. Oh. Oops.
Yeah. Let's hit the Liyue Harbor and ask around.
Eventnya udah buka ya BTW.
Yeah, skyward, scatter.
Masuk, jangan saya.
Yeah.
Oh Jun.
Yeah, skyward.
Penasaran nih. Saya sih sih. Iya. Gagal terus ya. Bosan itu aja sih cuy.
Yeah, scatter.
Come on, just tell Paimon already. What's this thing you've prepared?
Here, this is it.
Ooh.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Oprek.
Oh, is it another invention of
Iya,
yours?
gue suka bahasa oprek gitu.
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the suspensus
Wah
mechanism.
ini Doraemon beneran ini.
It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state, soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia. Its potential uses are numerous indeed.
Iya.
Whoa, what a cool
Aduh,
gadget!
maaf ya.
But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just
Ada
now?
baru jadi sekarang.
We could have come to Mount Atsong right off the bat and saved Paimon a lot of floating.
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Bantu mereka yang siap ingin menolong dirinya sendiri.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secures such a tune from a streetward rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying
Ah.
And you and I, is the mechanism helping you to relax?
Wah, dia berdiri.
It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Wis. Jeng.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should...
Wah.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
Yo, ini cemberut terus anjir.
Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Hey.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name?
Ayo lu.
You already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything.
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child.
Itu gue nangis tuh
Granny is
gak
fine.
menguap doang gue ya. Kayak ngantuk gitu.
I'm
Tapi gak apa
so
lah.
sorry, everyone.
Ah.
You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change
Kayak takut
that.
mau hilang kah?
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Dwayun Karst? What happened?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane.
Apa dia bisa muncul dari
I
nowhere?
spent many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
Aku tahu tuh kecil tante.
Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along. Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet, I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no, what happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode.
Gitu
I was
ceritanya.
convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
Dekatan pertama.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing teep...
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not?
Ya lu.
Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world
Yeah.
and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself.
Nah lu.
You knew where I was all along.
Nah, itu kayak jadi kita tidak perlu untuk kayak menipu orang lain untuk tahu akibat yang akan dihasilkan oleh diri kita sendiri. Nah, ini dia.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how?
Comel.
And what happened after that?
Wow!
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Wow. Ternyata Wih, Creole. Hence a coin call.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Yeah.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Keren. Oh ini kalau dari itu papa sembunyiin tak.
Yeah! Skyward!
Lanjutin tuh.
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen
Kita matiin
partner.
aku dulu.
As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
Wujudnya kot kita itu pakai kumis, cuy.
As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Iya lu.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Keren nih sebenarnya kalau mau dipoto sih kan Genshin nggak ada fitur foto di dalam domain.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
The chest.
Yeah! Skyward! Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night. Yeah! Scatter!
Fish.
Yeah! Skyward!
Wow.
Yeah! Skyward! Hurrah!
Wah. Terus mau pakai
Make way for the Adeptus! Yeah! Skyward! Skyward! Stray clouds converge! Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making.
Gitu. Veteran perang Archon. Hebat ya.
In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough.
Menarik. Segel.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Sayang.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, dihabur nih.
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache.
Antek sa kain ko.
Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's
Ini
back.
kita balik yang
When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring.
Bedak aja.
It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Ya kan, ayo ceritanya kayak Stress kan? Ini panjang juga ya. Gak kelar-kelar.
Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, Yuandai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant.
Dia tahu.
One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue
Sisi
Harbor.
aja deh, narik masalah.
Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by...
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice. Nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest,
Pilihan ng
it is the responsibility
memiliki
of the
konsekuensi.
elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather...
Thank you.
Aduh, maaf.
I just... Thank you so...
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
Nasibnya gimana jadinya?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness.
Ya,
This
terus
is a
dia
better
diapain tuh?
result than I could have ever
Dia
hoped
nggak ada
for.
siapa-siapa.
How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay?
Eh,
You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only
Aduh,
regret is
iya
having to
dia nggak
leave
punya
you behind.
siapa-siapa.
Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong.
Gak boleh ini ya,
Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
gak boleh stunting.
Promise, Granny.
Ah,
I'll do whatever you say.
ya, dia tinggal sendiri dong berarti.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work
Apa
hard,
nih?
we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets.
Aduh.
I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
Subrek. Dia nggak ada. Oh. Akhirnya bagus.
You.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress
Tempat ada
and misery.
perasaan. Karena sedikit saja sarana yang lebih maju itu kan sampai panas. Jadi guys, kalau lu misalnya nangis atau apa nggak usah ditahan guys.
Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
Wih, kita sebobo sekarang. Wih. Ah.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way
Kayak gitu doang.
forever.
Dah hilang dia. Ya.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Tadi manjain Jir.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you.
Wah, dibelah ya,
After
Cik.
all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Ya, udah selesai tuh.
Chicken drumsticks.
Anjir, dia mimpi makanan. Ya Allah. Wah, ya anjir. Paha ayam pok. Anjir. Ada. Pilih gua sembuh dah nih. Cuma apa ya? Dia sampai gigit jarinya sendiri loh.
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Dia ketawa dia.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about
Well,
tiny grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all. Madam Adeptus? Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you... I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden
Iya.
interest?
Dia kan nggak punya apa-apa soalnya.
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me.
Dibalik
So, I thought maybe one day...
dibalik apa? Alasannya dia kan dia stroke. Karena secara logisnya kan dia emang nggak ada siapa-siapa kan dia cuma tuh. Nah, dia kan tinggal sama neneknya tok.
I could become a cool adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are
Oh,
no
iya.
mere mortal. The fact that you
Oh, iya,
undoubt's blood flows through your
benar.
veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Oh iya benar, setengah darah
Thank you
dia.
so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master. Chuyu, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Man Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Emang nih menghasut nih.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule.
So tahu.
Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access
Iyalah.
to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa! You're leaving Mao Outsang?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace.
Kayak Inazuma ya. Membuka diri dia.
Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuan Dai. They all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
Gitu ya.
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
Iya, sisa mengcover sama Mountain Shepherd.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Ayo.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor.
Sekali dia.
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer! Didn't we promise Xingqiu that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Totally up to you. Habis. Naida. Kenapa Naida nih ada?
So, about your move to Liyue Harbor, you gonna tell the other Adepti about it?
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those 2 old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my company.
Iya benar sih, apa namanya cover sama siapa? Dua bahkan sih.
Considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
Nggak ada waktunya.
Commit it to memory.
Yuk. Baca deh Shuyu sini.
By the way, Shuyu, we have a friend who helped us learn a lot of information about your granny. Is it okay if we tell him the full story?
Sure. I don't think Granny would mind. As long as you don't tell a whole bunch of people. I don't think she'd want too many people to know. They might go to Mount Outsong and start bugging her about it. Granny needs to focus on her training, you know? But telling a friend or two is probably fine.
No worries, our friend can keep a secret.
Ya, ya. Belum pagi deh. Apa menjelang sore aja?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Mana dia di sini?
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Clow. Miss Shenyan, what are you guys
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several hundred?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Master! Oh, it's you two
Oh,
again.
dia ganti kaos. Baju.
Shiryu! You got a new outfit!
Baju
It looks
baru.
great on you.
Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Meragukan.
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Mesin jahit.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're
Iya,
kind of
betul,
heavy,
Kak.
so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child.
Okay.
Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques.
Yang benar-benar ahli.
Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Kaget.
Huh.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Si Zombie mikir dulu kok mau roleplay anjir.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shenyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are...
Hey, fuck. Tidak. Ulang.
Your concerns are excessive.
In what way? I have to be careful.
We're here, Quill. Miss
Perfect timing. This ignorant... I'll have you know.
Several...
Indeed. Their family...
Yep,
Hear that? Doubt their authenticity any further.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any...
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Shiryu! You got a new outfit!
Mm-hmm. Master...
Huh? You know how to...
Do what?
Master, I brought in...
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually...
Now, this expert you mentioned...
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Park. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shenyun. She...
Roleplay abis itu.
Quite well.
So...
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that...
Why, you flatter me.
Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship.
A preposterous accusation.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest.
Habis itu kita sampai sini.
Who would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhong...
Okay.
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
Fiduciary. Gadaian. Hey.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
It's apa? Oh, transaksi kayak gini tuh harus ada bukti-bukti gitu kan sih? Gak ada sah. Hey.
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Possible.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Huh, hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
a humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right?
Bener karyawan.
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather
Jalan-jalan.
impossible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Ini scene-nya potong.
What are you
Hei. Ah, udah selesai. Oke, nyambung gak ceritanya?
Why not treat yourself to a seasonal gift?
Ya, nggak ada apa-apa lagi ya. Jam 10.03. Oke, saya isi rest dulu. Mungkin nunggu besok buat ngumpulin material lagi. PC-nya EVOS 90. Ya udah guys, oke. Makasih yang sudah datang meramaikan stream ini. Oke. You, Tifaken, Zarif Azwar, Iqbal Hasbi, sama Pira Soman. Oke. Udah di absen semuanya, oke. Ya. Gak ada pengumuman paling sebenarnya untuk space mode Unboy memang aku rencanakan live itu minggu lalu, tapi ternyata tidak ada kesempatan untuk live ya. Udah itu aja, main kecil. Oke. Lagi makasih sudah datang banget seperti itu. Mohon bantuannya untuk subscribe dan feedbacknya itu feedback kalau boleh apapun bentuknya, bisa di komen, bisa di DM IG yang biasa aku taruh di deskripsi. Oke. Ya itu aja, sampai jumpa di stream selanjutnya.